All right, all right, all right. How you doing, my man? How you
I'm
feeling?
feeling good. Merry Christmas, Big O. I hope you had plenty of lechon at home
Yep.
and had a good time.
I had some lechon, but I had also like an epiphany. I kind of came to the conclusion that I'd rather have turkey than lechon moving forward.
Oh, but you
Because
just
you,
did that last month.
yeah, exactly. And I told them, I don't even mind turkey on Christmas Day. Also, you know what I'm saying? It's just
Mm,
like that's where Christmas Eve. That is. That's where I'm at. It's like whatever. I don't know. I guess the lechon I guess was all right, but I was like, man, I really enjoyed turkey more than lechon
okay.
overall, which is crazy for a Cuban to say that, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But
Hey,
it's
Pablo.
yeah, man. But I do love it, Pavo. I really do. I gotta say. All
Well,
right.
it's healthier for you. So
Yeah, it is
yeah,
healthier for you, but I just find it delicious. Or maybe the old lady just makes a delicious turkey or something.
it's
I
good.
don't know what it is. My daughter is going to take over next year. The
Oh,
cooking. Yes, yes, yes. It's time to pass the torch. The old lady's in her 80s, bro. It's like
yeah, yeah.
we got her this year. We go, hey, we're retiring your number this year. We're gonna put it up in the rafters, because next year, it's too much work for you. Enough already, and she's been doing it for decades. And it's like, you need to start relaxing and you could help out a little bit and all that, but there's actually a cook now that's ready to take over. So my daughter is more than prepared to take over, dude. She's
Okay.
she's she's a phenomenal cook.
So
Oh
a
man.
transition year for the Alzugaries
Yes, yes,
after
yes.
a dynasty.
Yeah,
After a dynasty there.
yeah. See, unlike the Dolphins, we know how to get off the gravy train at the right time. You know what I mean? So we're like retiring the old lady, and then we're elevating the new talent this coming season. So we've already groomed it. We did like the Green Bay Packers have done it.
Yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
groom
Hmm.
the talent, and then the talent is ready to become the starter now. And so that's it. She's moving in as the starter. All right. So first of all, I got to ask you: are you on dope here also about the Lamar Jackson thing? Because to me, that's about the dumbest idea there is on the planet to go try to trade. Not, I don't even know if he's on the block or not, but if he gets on the block, like an aging running quarterback, that makes 0 sense to acquire an aging running quarterback. But have at it. Please make a case for it or against it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he's on the block. Let alone it would just take way too much for a team that, let's remember, has punted on a couple of recent drafts. So those are the top draft picks. Like if you had your 22 draft, if you had your 23 draft, those are the classes that would now be going into their prime by this time, like how you do have Devon Achan out of one of those drafts, and then now you've built him up. He's a Pro Bowler in his third year. He's going to be up for a contract extension. Like you got him out of that, but that's basically what you got out of those 2 years. So you don't have that young talent from those seasons. You try to get back into it with the 24 draft, with this past draft in 25. So hoping to have some building blocks for the future through there. But it's just for a roster that you went all in with all these high-priced veterans, and then you traded for a Tyreek Hill and you acquired Teron Armstead and Bradley Chubb, Jalen Ramsey, and you made all these moves that you try to do when you're going all in, and you punted on a couple of drafts. Now you're in a position where you really have to stockpile your younger talent, and so the Dolphins would really be in no position to do that when they don't have like that core established yet, where you could argue, oh, we are a veteran quarterback away, and you need to really establish that over several drafts to build some kind of foundation.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt. And plus, this is a quarterback that has to go to a ready-made running organization pretty much. You have to make sure you have to change your offense because I that's where I give John Harbaugh all the credit in the world. He dedicated himself completely to this offense, and it's the only way you can run it. And so you're going to have to change your ways too because you're not necessarily going to be a pass first offense with a complementary run. You're going to be a run first offense where the pass is complementary. That's not really what this league is about right now.
Yeah, no, but it's something that I think Mike McDaniel needs to go to. He has had to go to it, and I think it kind of forced him in like the once Tyreek Hill went down, 4-game win streak, 5 of 6. It was a run based offense. So assuming now that's a whole other topic. Then if he does remain, but yeah, then he would have to be run first, which I think he would be able to make that shift. I remember he was still with San Francisco when they were trading to acquire the draft pick for a Trey Lance. So I think they had sort of a similar vision with the 49ers before that went to waste. But then Brock Purdy surfaced as the starting quarterback that could run their offense. So yeah, it would take a lot of a shift where it's run base first, and then incorporate some of the West Coast passing game elements into it. While it's it's outside zone, it's read option with the quarterback, all these elements mixed together. If you were to go down that road, but it's just
But you're for or against this move if it was available.
No, because the Dolphins don't have the foundation established to just say, "Oh, we are a quarterback away." I think they need to start.
They're an owner. They're an owner. They're a front office. They're a head coach. They're a quarterback. They're an offensive line. They're a D line. They're so far away. It's not even. It's ridiculous how far away they are. They've got nothing. Nothing.
You have to really just start. I mean, this is why, like, once the season went awry, then it kind of just felt like, all right, the best thing to do is just start brand new. It's a whole new clean slate, which is what I always imagined would happen. But you can always rebuild with some of the pieces that you still have. So it's not so you don't have to complete. You could stick with a Devon Achane, Jalen Waddle. You got him on an extension, but one that for what wide receivers are making and the contracts that went out after you extended him, then yeah, it's a decent deal. So you can build around those pieces with a Patrick Paul as a left tackle.
Yeah, no, definitely. Savanaia is probably going to grow into it right now.
Let him grow, let him develop.
Yeah. Even Brewer, you got one more year on his contract, but you could probably extend that because shit, dude, he's a player, man. Keep him around. Those are guys, and so there are guys you can build on. It's just right now they don't have a great offensive line. They don't have a great defensive line. They don't have a great head coach. They don't have a great quarterback. They don't have a great front office. They don't have a great owner. They don't have anything that's great, and that's the problem right now. There's no way you can ever be a great team if nothing in your foundation is great. That's, it's tough, dude. It's really tough. You don't excel in any area, You have a couple of players, but no area do you really excel in, and you're so far away. I don't know why anybody would think that Lamar Jackson all by himself is going to change the fortunes of your team. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, now think about it. He hasn't been able to go all the way with the Ravens, who have, maybe some defenses have been up and down, but they've still had a foundation there on that side of the ball. They've gotten him some weapons over some years. Sometimes it's not ideal, but still, he even there he hasn't been able to go all the way through a tough AFC and maybe an AFC that's shifting a little bit where there is an opening because it's not a Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs going through every year at this point. So, there are some openings coming in the future in the AFC, especially this kind of feels like a transition year. With the Broncos and Patriots currently fighting for the number 1 seed. But it also kind of leaves you like, damn, the Patriots got right back up there that quickly.
When we think about Mike McDaniel, where do you stand now? What should Stephen Ross be doing?
See, all right. So the whole time I always thought if this season went awry, they go down together between Chris Grier and Mike McDaniel. So I was fully expecting it that Thursday, after that Thursday night game, the Friday morning, it turned out it was just Grier to go, which was interesting. And then also, I guess, his time was due. I know a lot of the fans were clamoring for him to be gone because of how many years, and it hadn't happened. But yeah, I was surprised that Mike McDaniel stayed to that point. Yeah, and when we talked about it post game, I'm coming from the mindset in ah
Furones is unfrozen now. Okay, all
I
right.
just kept talking. I saw it on my screen with the little circle going around, but I just kept talking. What was the last thing I said? What
Oh,
was the
you were
last thing
talking
I
about
said?
McDaniel that you thought that both of them should go, but now where are you waffling to now?
Yeah, once McDaniel didn't go midseason after that Thursday night game against the Ravens, when you had the mini bye, you had a little bit of extra time. Um, then yeah, where I'm coming from when we talked about it post game, in that okay, could you see a scenario where McDaniel stays? It's kind of from the mindset of I don't know if Stephen Ross is really thinking about these last three games as far as making an impact. Like if he like I feel you should have your decision already made based off the whole previous sample size. So yeah, if you say okay, well the team showed something in the 4 game win streak. If I'm thinking like Stephen Ross, team showed something in the 4 game win streak that he can pivot from the way he was running his offense. He can maybe freed of Tua that something could change, and without Tyreek, he could go to the run based offense and has a foundation there. Then if he has his mind already made up, then I don't know how much he's really looking at meaningless games in the final 3 games of the season, where actually I think he'd probably prefer to lose so that the Dolphins improve their draft pick, as opposed to you got your third string quarterback in to see what you got for the future uh, and really determine it off of those results.
Well, I'm hoping that the old man is actually using his brain and he's going to fire the coach. The question is, will he go the lazy route? Because I talked to somebody in the building 2 days ago, and basically it's like a scramble in there of trying to save your ass, is what's going on in that building. And so right now, to me, I would have an organizational enema. But the man is 85 years old. Is he willing to turn over the franchise? Because I almost feel like they're going to go the lazy route and do something from within with this Champ Kelly guy, which is just, again, nobody's clamoring for Champ Kelly. Nobody was clamoring for Mike McDaniel. I don't know what the hell this old man is thinking, to be quite honest. And so when you start to look at it, you don't know what they're going to do. I know that none of you guys on the beat right now know what they're going to do. None of us know what this old man's going to do. So what's your gut tell you that he's going to do?
Yeah, and it was probably telling that after you had Ian Rappaport before the Bengals game on Sunday morning coming out saying that, yeah, Mike McDaniel is safe and this and that. Then Monday, Adam Schefter's reporting on Pat McAfee show, well, it might not be entirely settled. So, I mean, even like at the top insider level, they are getting mixed messages. So it's really a huge question mark. Nobody
One
knows.
guy's kissing the agent's ass and the other guy is, going with the league. Because that's what
Right.
we've got going on when it comes to the NFL and ESPN too. You know what I'm saying? Anybody on the NFL network is working for the league. I mean, it is what it is, dude. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, as Barry Jackson, my friend, always calls it, it's the league-owned network. And even my colleague Dave Hyde, when he asked McDaniel a question post-game, called it in the question he called it the PR arm of the league. So, but yeah, I mean that is what it is. But as far as the gut feeling, like listen, Stephen Ross, as far as I feel like he likes to just be hands off with this thing. Like he invests in it. It's his baby as far as that, he put the money into it, but uh, do we really think that he wants to go through a GM search and a coach search at the same time when he's got all these other business interests in mind? I feel like he kind of just wants to let the Dolphins run itself. And so that's why I could see what you're saying is like what would you call it, the easiest path, or the path of least resistance,
Right.
of just okay, well, you know what? We like our head coach. He even when the times were tough early in the season, he pulled it back together, showed that he could still coach through adversity and lead a win streak when things look down. Go that route, and then as far as the GM, maybe survey how Champ Kelly, try to forecast how he would how he would work in a full-time role if the interim tag was shed from his GM label, and then they maybe analyze him, but probably open that up a little bit, and maybe he's one of the candidates. I would think that would be the reasonable route as far as the GM part of it, because I don't think you want to shut yourself out of viable candidates elsewhere. It's just also right now um, how how much would top coaches and GM candidates really want this job? How desirable of a job would this really be leading the Dolphins right now? I feel like
Not
it
very.
could be, yeah, it could be a better situation where you could attract a better candidate. Like if there's another year where it goes down in 2026, and then maybe if it's a team that's picking at the top of the draft, maybe you've got like another draft class that has some pieces that you could build around. You've got more draft picks or something, that could maybe be a more desirable job another year down the road, as opposed to right now. I don't think they would attract many when people look at the situation that Tua still has the $55 million guaranteed next year, and then the team has to make that decision on whether to take a $99 million cap hit of dead cap this year or spread it out over 2 seasons. Like, who wants to go into that? It would have to be just someone who is an up-and-comer who is just going to take any top GM or head coach role and try to prove himself that way from a grassroots level. But, like if a John Harbaugh came available from Baltimore, why would he want to come to Miami right now under this situation,
No, he's not going to come here. And there's many reasons why he wouldn't come here. But first of all, he knows that this is the same guy that went behind another coach's back to recruit his brother. And he knows that this is the same owner that went behind the GM's back and lost the team a first and a third rounder. And so, and every other GM knows. I mean, every other head coach knows this. So it's like, this is a guy that I can't trust this guy. I don't know what the hell he's going to do. So there's going to be other jobs available. Miami will not even be close to the first option for a lot of people because of Stephen Ross and what he's done, unfortunately, to be quite honest. I mean, what are you going to do?
Now, he shouldn't make too much of the whole Harbaugh pursuit, because the Harbaughs are someone that you cheat on your current head coach to try to get. You don't cheat on the Harbaughs to try to get someone else. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think he would have to worry too much about that, about his knowledge of what happened there.
I see. So you're a single guy, aren't you?
Yes.
You are. Okay. So when you meet a woman who happens to be married and she gets divorced to marry you, you're going to feel incredibly comfortable in your relationship moving forward, aren't you? I'm just saying.
I would not in that. No, I would not in that scenario.
I'm just wondering. So
they were talking about love, though. They were talking about real relationships.
Dude, I'm just telling you, relationships are relationships. It could be love. It could be business. It could be whatever. A traicionero is a traicionero. It does not matter. All right. So I'm just telling you, if Stephen Ross cannot be trusted. He just cannot, because he cannot help himself from doing stupid things on a consistent basis. He has done it throughout his existence, selling Jets paraphernalia in the Dolphin Pro Shop. That's who this guy is.
Well, I wasn't familiar with this one.
You didn't know that?
When did that happen?
Oh, God, years ago when he first bought the team, he had Jets paraphernalia being sold in the Dolphin store. There's pictures
at
of
the stadium.
At the stadium.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is
the guy that celebrated Tebow and the Gators.
That one I do remember. I was at UM when that was happening. So
I remember as your like this. This is a stupid individual. He doesn't get things. He might be smart in business, which he is, and in real estate, because look at that property. Of course he's smart. Get it. But on the football side, oh my God, this is a really dumb individual, dude. This guy does a lot of really dumb things, and he's done it over the years, and he continues to do things like this. So it's just, I don't know if this is the kind of owner that if you're a Harbaugh, if you're a young coach, an up-and-comer, you got to take whatever opportunity you can get. But if you're a John Harbaugh, you're going to have the pick of the litter, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. You know what I mean? So why would you come here with a guy you can't trust? That's because if things don't go well with you and you have a bad year or two, what's the old man going to do behind your back? You know what I mean? Is he going to cost you a first and a third, or is he going to go search for another coach? You have no idea. It's really an unknown with that guy. It's crazy. And so that's why I think he has hurt himself in this whole process too, when it comes to, other situations. And there's another thing that's going to be in play, but I'll talk about that later on the show. But it's just kind of weird, man. It really is. Anyway, what do you got going on the Sentinel so folks can check you out?
Yeah, I'll get all the updates ahead of this Dolphins-Bucks game that we have on Sunday. As far as injuries, I imagine Minkah Fitzpatrick will be out, and just make sure that Aaron Brewer is good to go because he has been listed as a DNP on the injury report, but that guy plays through anything, so we'll get the updates there. And I'm writing about Dante Trader as well. Since Minkah is probably out, then we saw him, the rookie safety out of Maryland, fifth-round pick, kind of play that versatile role where he could come in the nickel packages. We've seen him at deep safety, so kind of breaking down if he is someone that the Dolphins could lean on in the secondary in the future as a player back there who's cerebral and versatile. It seems like.
All right, follow him on Twitter at David Furones _ and catch his exceptional work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. David, have a terrific weekend. We will talk on Sunday.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
You got it. There you go. David Furones. And, of course, our friends at Welt Rheaume, 954-966-4646. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. They do it all. Jeff and Dan have been at this for over 20 years. And I'm telling you, and the consultation's free. So if any of these situations are happening to you and you don't know what to do, call them, explain it. The consultation's free. They'll tell you if you have a case, and then they'll attack. And by the way, if you have any damage to your home, your condo, your business, never, ever call the insurance companies. I know that's what you're supposed to do, right? You're paying for the policy and the protection. No. You call Welt Rheaume, they send their own adjusters, and then they call your insurance company on your behalf. And trust me, they're going to get the insurance company's full attention. When a lawyer calls instead of us, they get their attention. When we call, they're laughing at us. Okay? I'm telling you, I've gone through the experience. I saw Jeff and Dan crush Progressive Insurance firsthand. Lots of our listeners over the last 6 years have called Welt Rheaume, and they've had a ton of success. 954-966-4646.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.